Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm sure some of you have heard about this. I've talked about Black women and hair salons on a couple of my videos that you love, and I saw this, and she basically said that she decided to give a white woman hairstylist a chance. She might have been maybe a little bit skeptical at first, but she decided to try her out because look, a lot of these prices have gotten ridiculous. I covered this on my videos. I'm not saying that every Black salon or hairstylist is the same, but I read things people talk about the deposits, overpricing, charging extra to wash your hair. When I was growing up, that was a part of the service. When you go to the salon, they wash and condition your hair and give you a trim. So it's just a lot of things happening and changing in the industry. And a lot of Black women, look, times are hard, inflation, and the prices can get a little steep sometimes. So she decided to give a white woman hairstylist a chance because why not? She did. And the results came out very well. I want you to listen to what she's saying because it shows you again that yes, there are white women and men who can do your hair. We have different textures as Black women from type 2 to type 4. And I have to tell you, I mean, I've heard about it for years. Black women having bad experiences with people who are not Black women who did not know how to correctly do their hair, detangle it correctly, or give them the desired results. That's not always the case. A lot of Black women do like to go to Dominicans and the Egyptians out in Chicago. So let's listen to what she's saying.
This is about to sound so anti-Black of me, but I just went to a white hairstylist for the first time in my life. Let me just explain to you, start to finish, this process, and then I think you'll understand what I mean, okay? So I needed to get my hair straightened, mostly because I needed a trim. And I asked one of my Black coworkers, because her hair, she's like a straight natural. She always wears it straight. I was like, where do you go to get your hair done? She goes, I go to this white lady, but hear me out. She's amazing. Like, would highly recommend. She knows how to do hair. She knows how to do our hair. Like, trust me, just try her. I was like, I feel skeptical, but I went. I go in. Sweet lady. She says, what are we doing today? I said, I need my hair washed and then blow dried, straightened, trimmed. That's what I need today. She's like, great, we got it. I was like, you got it? She was like, I got it. I was like, okay, sure. So she shampoos my hair. Great, fine. She gets done with my hair. She's like, okay, your hair's a little dry. I'm going to go ahead and do a deep conditioning treatment. I was like, great. Sounds great. She's like, but we've got to sit under the hood dryer. I was like, great. So I sit under the hooded dryer. I get out. She washes my conditioner out, gets going. She's like, okay, let's start to blow this out. Pulls out her Denman brush. I said, honey, where'd you hear about that? She's like, yeah, this is what I was like, got it. Uses the Denman brush, blows out my hair. Gorgeous, by the way. In small sections, beautiful. Took her time. I didn't have to worry about my hair being yanked and pulled out and breaking off. She gets done. She's like, okay, let's go ahead and straighten. She pulls out her rat tail comb. I said, you're about to use that? She said, I'm about to use that. I said, I was wrong. Let me just get out of your business. Let me let you handle what you know how to handle. She did my whole hair, trimmed me. I said, this was beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous. Thank you for all you do. Oh, by the way, also curled my hair at the end. I say, hey, how much do I owe you? She says, $80. I said, is there one before the 80 or maybe a two before the 80? Because like, that's kind of what I'm used to. Because mind you, you deep conditioned my hair, you trimmed it. I have layers, by the way. It wasn't just a straight across. I have layers. She had to trim layers. And she also curled it. So I was like, are you sure that that's the right number? She's like, yeah. Handed it over willingly and then some. And I just, after that experience, I'm just like, what am I doing going to the other gals, when I have this in my back pocket. I have fine hair, but I have very dense hair. I have a lot of hair. And even when I mentioned that on my own, I was like, yeah, just so you know, I got a lot of hair. She was like, yeah, you do have a lot of hair, but isn't that a blessing? I was like, what? She said, it's just I was like, yeah, but curly hair is a lot of work. She was like, yeah, but it's so worth it. I was like, you're more pro black than most of the stylists that I go to who see my head of hair and then say, hey, gotta charge you $100 more because you've got a lot going on and this is like kind of too much to deal with. More affirming than any stylist I've ever been to in my life. And now I'm sitting here like, I'm sure it's not every white stylist. I'm sure I found a golden ticket, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To the stylists who have touched my hair before, you simply aren't going to see me anymore. And I feel so bad because I love supporting black business. I love it. It's in my blood. You know what I mean? But I just knowing what I know now, I can't go back. You know what I mean?
So that's it for what she said. I want to know in the comment section, have you ever gone to a hairstylist that's not a black woman, and what was your experience? Okay. Um, some have good results and some don't. I have to tell you, some they are requiring a lot more that in hair school, cosmetology school, that they learn how to work with curlier and kinkier hair types, because we've seen the complaints from black women in entertainment, on movie sets, not being able to get their hair done because they will not hire someone who knows how to work and do her hair. Modeling, even to this day, I remember Iman and Naomi Campbell talking about bringing their own makeup and doing things themselves. And even now, there are a number of black women models who have their hair cut very short because they won't hire people who know how to do their hair a lot. So it is an issue. So it's really great that other groups will learn how to work with curly and kinkier hair types. Okay, if you are a hairstylist, you have to be able to know what you're doing. You're a hairstylist. It's art, it's a job, it's fun. A lot who are really passionate, who truly love the craft of doing hair, they like to work with different hair types. A lot of black women know how to cut and do white women's hair, and I don't think it's a big deal if white women and other groups learn how to work with curlier and kinkier hair. There are some people who feel, oh, you should gatekeep, only a black woman can do a black woman's hair. I don't fully agree with that because not all black hairstylists know how to work with fine hair, or even coarser 4C hair. I've seen this, and it's just the truth, putting certain products that shouldn't go in it, cutting the hair too short, too much heat or not enough heat, because everyone's hair is different. I think all hairstylists need to have education in all different hair types. I've used products before that's always promoted to black women. It wasn't any different to me than some products I use that you see geared towards more women who are not black. So everyone is different. Some things work for you and some things don't. Yes, I understand you want to employ black women and you want them to be able to have a job and to have money to get paid. And look, there's just certain things that black women know how to do. Even though things have been changing because of lace fronts, some stylists today have lost their skills. They don't know how to do finger waves, certain updos, all types of stuff. That's not always the case. But you have a lot more women who want to go back to old school a little bit. They just want a wash, a conditioner, deep conditioner, a trim, and a press and curl or a blowout. That's what the Dominicans are known for. And something simple. That's kind of what she went in to get done. She just basically got her hair straightened out a little bit more. I don't know if she used a flat iron or a hot comb. The hot comb is from back in the day. You don't, some stylists still use them, but she gave her a chance. And what I noticed more than what anything she said, she says she is about being able to give a black woman hairstylist employment and go to them for their services. The key thing that stuck out to me was her bringing up price. That's the key thing from this video, because look, at the end of the day, if I have a tight budget and I'm not paying over $100 for you to simply get a flat iron on my hair. You can't be serious. I've seen some women doing things that you can honestly do at your house. There's been a debate about a silk press versus a press and curl and all this stuff. But I'll tell you this. I mean, she said $80. I'm a millennial. When I was growing up, black women and Dominican women was charging 25 to $40 to wash your hair, condition it, and simply straighten it, give it a blowout or a press and curl. Now, I mean, she's just grateful to pay $80. So apparently, a lot of the stylists out here in the community are charging ridiculous prices just to do something basic to your hair. And some stuff you can do yourself at home or a friend could do if you're trying to save money. I don't know how much the Dominicans are charging today because they used to charge like $25 in some areas to do what she had done. But she was grateful to pay $80. And I was looking through the comment section, and a lot of black women were like amazed that this white woman stylist charged her $80. And I'm thinking, geez, if they start doing black women's hair, is that going to be the price now, $80? Because to me, I still think, I mean, $80 is not that bad. It's not that bad. A wash, condition, a good trim, maybe a deep condition, and a roller set, a blowout or whatever, and then press and curl or the flat iron or whatever. A good heat protectant. But I hope they're using quality products, because I heard that so many people today are using the same products you can get from Sally's or any beauty supply store. They're not always quality hair ingredients going in. But apparently prices have increased a lot. So she was grateful for that, to pay $80. And she was surprised and found out that yes, a white woman can do a black woman's hair. Okay, she can work with curly hair and kinky hair. And I know some people might think, it's a difference to me. I mean, more curly or more looser, and then you get more kinkier, more tighter curl. Okay, so um, I'm happy that she was happy and she was amazed. It also shows you that you shouldn't always think that because someone is not from your culture or race that they can't have experience in something. Because I don't like being stereotyped. I've had moments before that I've mentioned where someone was shocked at the music that I listened to, or they like assuming I only like R&B or something in hip hop. No, baby, I like Sarah Brightman. Okay. Yes, baby, and Shania Twain and others and all types of different music. And it's good to learn different stuff, even when it comes to the food industry. I don't think that black people only have to cook soul food. A lot of Americans love tacos and pizza. Very popular. I'm totally for, if a black person, if you want to start making delicious tacos with your own spin on it, because Lord knows we tend to can get down with the seasoning and everything, not overly seasoned, but just right. If you want to make some good pizzas, why not? You don't have to. I don't believe that it should be off limits. Everyone wants to eat good food, and there are a number of people who have done things to capitalize off of Black American culture, and they've been done well at it, some of them. And is there a reason why you cannot do things with different cultures as well? If you're a Black woman in hair school, you don't have to only do black women's hair. You can do white women's hair and black women's hair, or whatever you want to do. You're a hairstylist and charge the prices that you want. Okay. So that is it. I want to know, what do you think about this? So, what I got from this video is that never always assume, even though we've seen some videos of black women having bad experiences, and white women and black women have two different hair textures. So you might think, well, she won't know, because we know in a lot of these hair schools, they didn't teach how to do curly and kinky hair that much until more recently. But you never know what can happen. You never know. Okay. And it also, to me, it was good for race relations, for her to see, like, look, I can do some hair. It also shows you the current state of pricing, okay, that Black women are experiencing within the Black community to have basic some things done. Um, some people are concerned that more Black women might stop going to Black women hairstylists. I feel like that will only happen and a collapse will happen if you don't do better. You have to do better. Listen to what Black women are saying all over the internet and make a change, because business is business. And if a woman is trying to save money, she's going to pick someone that's offering the cheaper price who can do her hair. Okay, that's the case a lot. Okay. And I understand again the importance of wanting to support Black women hairstylists and everything like that. So I want to know, what do you think? Have you had this experience before? Have you ever had this experience going to a non-Black hair stylist? It doesn't have to be just a white woman. It could be an Asian. Some of them do. I heard out in California, Black women's hair, Asian, Hispanic, Egyptian. Some of you have had wonderful experiences with Black women who are beauticians who love what they do. So I'm not going to, no stereotyping that everyone's having a bad experience or being overpriced. You just have to find someone. I've seen Black women searching, in their areas to find someone who can really do their hair. And, when it comes to money, yeah, you probably will see a lot more white women and non-Black people learn how to do Black women's hair because it's a business. And, Black women like to get their hair done. So they're like, well, yeah, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to do it well and do well. So we shall see. Let me know your experience, okay? Let us know your experience. I've seen some Black women getting the Japanese hair straightener. It's not completely a perm. I'm not sure what it is, but I've seen those videos where they have actually learned in Thailand and Japan how to do Black women's hair because Black women do go there. So let us know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell and click all notifications. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. And if you have any interesting stories that you would like me to talk about, my email will be in the description box. Bye, everybody.